Hello and welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Today I'm sat over here, and this is going to be a My Two Pences video where basically I share my opinions on a thing that's happened in the world of retro games to spark debate and conversations in the comment section and so forth. And today, or at least Monday 26th of June 2017, Nintendo have announced the arrival later on in the year of the Super Nintendo Classic, which is much rumoured and now it's been confirmed. 21 games loaded onto this device, and one of them in particular I'm very surprised to see. Which is that one game? Just find out later on.
Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercuts!
Yeah, so Nintendo are going to release their Super Nintendo Mini or Classic Edition on the 29th of September in the US. I'm guessing it's going to be a same day thing worldwide. It's going to cost $80. I don't think there's any UK prices yet. I'm thinking maybe about $60 or something. Again, with the NES Mini, it'll support HDMI output on a HD TV, so hook up to your TV and everything. Now, 21 games, like I say, loaded onto the device, not 30 like the NES Classic, and the games are as follows: Contra 3: The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Castlevania 4, Super Girls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, lots of supers there, Super Punch-Out, and Yoshi's Island. And the one game in particular I was not expecting at all is Star Fox 2. Now, anyone who don't know about Star Fox 2, it actually wasn't released officially by Nintendo. It was made a couple of years after the first Star Fox, I think, which was using the Super FX chip that I think it was pioneered for Star Fox. Anyway, it was 95% complete. It wasn't officially, released, let's say. I think Nintendo and Argonaut, who were making the game, they kind of realised that the new consoles, the consoles of the time, like the PlayStation, the Saturn, they were showing much better 3D, polygons and all the rest of it. And I thought, okay, this is going to look rubbish compared to them. That's their thought. So it wasn't it wasn't officially released, but I think someone a few years after, I think 2002, I'm not too sure about that, I'll put a little caption there, but someone released the ROM and people have played it since and so on. Whether they've, I'm guessing they might have completed it in some way to include on the console, so that's very welcome of them to do so. And also, you're going to get two controllers here because some of these games like Street Fighter 2 and so forth are very built for two people to play and so on. Obviously one player, but obviously the co-op mode is also available on these games. Now, there are a lot of awesome games here. There really are. I love a lot of these games. Not played all of them. And a lot of these games are quite expensive on the collector's market. Obviously one of the original cartridges and so forth. So it sounds really good to me. And Nintendo have apparently said they're going to make significantly more than of these units on the NES Classic. I mean, that remains to be seen. Because I wasn't too pleased with you just couldn't get them anywhere in the UK. Obviously you could do if you were the lucky ones, 100 or so. I don't know how many they made, but I was just really frustrated by the whole thing. I don't believe I was alone in this. So for this one, I'm going to camp outside the internet and to misquote Ben Grimm, the Thing from Final Fantasy 4. It's going to be pre-ordering time or something, whenever I can. So I'm going to camp outside the internet, look at the retailers and so on, and as soon as midnight on a certain day, I'm guessing, hit the pre-order thing, I'm going to get one of these things. It's not going to get me. So, I'm not sure. The only things I'm thinking is maybe that I'm worried about is obviously the numbers that they're going to ship, to the various territories and so forth, and also how it ties in with the I don't know, it's a virtual console or the classic games collection, I think they're calling it now, for the Nintendo Switch. whether they're going to use some of these games, some of these games on that thing, and it will limit the release on the amount of units to sell for this, because Nintendo, or the business, they want to sell as many copies of the same game to you as many times, because that's what they want to do. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe they've listened to people, myself included, in terms of getting more people out there to like it, to be able to buy one, to give them more money, kind of thing. Because I'm thinking about £60, in the UK, kind of thing, for one of these devices, which is going to be awesome. So just let me know down below in the comment section what you feel about the Super Nintendo Mini. This is a big thing. I feel in the world of retro games. Whether it's just let me know if there's any games that aren't on there which you would mind to play. What should be on here. Mine, I would probably say, I know it's a 4-player game, up to 4 players, but maybe Bomberman game on there, and perhaps say Super Star Wars, that kind of thing. Only the first Donkey Kong Country on here. I've got it, I've made a video on it and so forth. Obviously there's a lot of third-party developers on here, like there were on the original NES Classic as well. So I wouldn't be minded if there's a Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3 on here as well. But minor quibbles perhaps. So just let me know down below in the comment section what you feel about this. Very exciting things. Come 29th of September, I want one of these things in my hands so I can make a video and I can play some of the games like Mario RPG, which came out in '96, pretty much the end of the Super Nintendo's lifespan, because the N64 was out and so forth, and blah blah blah. But yeah, some of these games, obviously, the so-called super versions of what they brought out for the NES Classic, like Super Punch Out, Super Metroid, which is really great. Mario World. There's so many great games on here. There's a link to the past. I can go on and on, but they're the games that we're getting officially. The games are the same, in every territory, I think. So yeah, just like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you reckon to it, or what games you want on it. What game, or any memories of these games and so forth. Everything like that. Also hashtag Twitter and YouTube and things like social media kind of things, what they used to talk about nowadays. Let me know about all this. Like, subscribe, and comment, and tell your friends and everything. And in the words of the new Cyrus, send the word.
Nine, 8, 7, 6,